Hello, hello, hello. We are, so as you can see, we changed a little bit. Wanted to put on my superhero shirt from After School Activities Partnership. This was one of the themes of one of the years for ASAP. So I wanted to put on my superhero shirt to get myself a little comfortable because we're going to be here for a while. Okay. Well, my friends, this is segment number 4. Can you believe it? It has been flying past. Okay. We have been flying through some awesome books, some amazing people, and talking about a lot of good things, especially our donating to these 3 awesome organizations. And we have some more awesome guest readers for you all this evening. So glad to be back with you. I am Miss Hope. If you all do not know, if this is your first time coming on today, I am Miss Hope of Miss Hope's Reading Hour, okay? And we are here during the Miss Hope's Reading Hour. First anniversary, first birthday, Read and Raise Read-A-Thon, okay? So we are raising money for worthy causes. Namely, those causes are West Philadelphia Action for Early Learning, the Ronald McDonald House Charities, and Heifer International. During this segment, you will be learning some about all of those organizations. If you have not had a chance to see the informational videos, oh my goodness. So I am so excited. We are now, okay, at $295, which that is just on GoFundMe. So if you add 30, so it's late. So let me do some calculations because we have donations via Cash App as well. So that's $295 plus $35. So we are now, friends, at $330. I am excited. Okay. I'm excited. That is so awesome. We were at 95 for a little while. And I was like, all right, friends, come on. So now we are at $330. So excited. And I am looking at my screen because I see this beautiful creature who has come in to be a guest reader for us. And I am so happy that she is here and she has been ready to read for us. So hold on, let me get everything together because I want to make sure I see everything everywhere. Before I bring her on. I am so excited to have Miss Tanya Amir. I will not even attempt to tell you her title, okay? So I will let her introduce that part so that you know who she is, you know about her organization as well. I will bring her on, okay? So, hello. Oh, hello, Miss Tanya up here.
Hello. Oh my goodness. Hi, guys.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. Oh my goodness. I'm a little winded because I had to work my day job earlier.
Okay.
So I'm a little tired, but I think I'm gonna be okay.
Okay, wonderful,
But
wonderful.
we talking about me being tired. Miss Hope, I know you are exhausted. I've been watching since 9 o'clock this morning, and you have really been doing your thing for the kids and just for all these amazing organizations. And I just want to say I commend you. I commend you,
Thank
my sister. It
you.
is amazing what you are doing for the Ronald McDonald House. And oh gosh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Ronald McDonald House is really something in my heart. I just love those kids. I actually had the opportunity to volunteer there one time.
Okay, okay. And
Yeah.
what tell us, what was that experience like?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but also my heart went out to the families that I got to meet. And even though it's really funny about the Ronald McDonald House is it's a sad situation, it's a hard situation that the families are in when their kids are there because they're sick and they're there supporting their children. But they're so grateful to be able to pay for the services that they're getting for the medical care that their child is getting because of our donations, that they're just grateful. They will tell you explicitly that that they're grateful and that they appreciate being there, and they know that their kid is getting the best of care even when they can't really afford it as a family. So when we go there and we volunteer, even if it's just to help serve plates during
Mhm.
dinner time, or when we help just to read a story to their child, and or we there just to give a hug and give a teddy bear, they really appreciate that.
Oh, that's
And
wonderful.
yeah, they really appreciate that. They appreciate the hard work that we're doing, and they appreciate every dollar. So just guys, give. They need it and they appreciate it.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience. So, what books will you be reading today?
Well, I will be reading this amazing book that I saw online, and I just had to get it. It's called Limitless Me.
Oh, okay. I did hear about that book before.
Yes, Limitless Me, a wonderful tale of overcoming fear. And
Okay.
this book is really spoke to my heart because I had to overcome fear and low self-esteem and just being tongue-tied when I got on stage as
Mhm.
oh gosh, as a title holder. You know, I'm not even gonna say one title. I actually been in pageantry for about 3 years now. And when I first
Mhm.
got on the stage, I was so scared. I was overwhelmed with fear. But one of the things I had to get over in order to actually win is I had to overcome fear and low self-esteem and know that I am worthy of not just wearing a physical crown, but a spiritual crown, an eternal
Mhm.
crown that is never removed and is has brighter it has brighter light than any rhinestone that you would see in a physical crown. So
Wow, that is
yes,
beautiful. So I'm going to ask you more about all of that stuff, but I want you to get to the book. So let me
yes.
do this to remove the banner so that everyone can see, and you have the stage.
Okay. This book is called Limitless Me, A Wonderful Tale of Overcoming Fear by Brittany Scott. Hi, I am Faye. Today is my day. Look at my face. I'm in a good place. Got faith to believe, got faith to achieve. I'm thrilled to be me, so happy and free. Before being free, there was insecurity. Why, you might say? Did I feel this way? Let me explain what kept me contained. The school audition, I was born to act. That is a fact. My book of skits would one day be a hit. I loved imagination, lively narrations, clever costumes, and a gorgeous ballroom. Incentive scene changing, lots of rearranging. I could act out each role with perfection and soul. An astounding show when I was solo. The school audition was my new mission. The leading role, my heart and soul. Had to try out so many doubts. Cause with an audience, fear was obvious. I was so shy, filled with butterflies. Come on now, Faye, the teacher did say. It may seem quite tough. You're more than enough. Come on, don't pout. Erase the doubt. Inhale, exhale. You will prevail. So I stood straight and tall, wanted to give it my all, but I heard lies in my head. Oh, what a dread. I can't, I'm not, Infection had spread. She hollered, action. I froze, no reaction. I just mumbled and fumbled, forgot what to say. So I sat straight away. I heard giant snickers. My stomach felt sicker. Leah got the role. That role was my goal. To be the fairy would have made me merry, except my role was minor. A simple two-liner. Why did I hide? I knew was inside. I was thrilled to be me, but I didn't feel free. Fear of failure and rejection was my infection. My best friend Jessie. Grew up with Jessie. Had fun being messy. Free all the time for recipes with slime. Playing for hours with our superpowers. Together forever, our lifelong endeavor. Yet that all ended. Couldn't comprehend it. She had tried out, so then I was cut out. No time for slime, no time to climb. Things had changed. We grew estranged. I must admit, we no longer fit. But boy, that was tough. Was I not enough? They said I was dorky, a little bit quirky. Funky fashion was my passion. Purple pants was my style. Cheetah prints made me smile. But I feared to be weird, so I just complied. Tossed style aside. I dressed to impress. I changed my hair and what I'd wear. But to no avail, it was an epic fail. Why did I hide what I knew was inside? I was thrilled to be me, but I didn't feel free. Fear of rejection was my infection. The science presentation. That friendship thing left quite a sting. Tossed and turned, feeling concerned. When I fell asleep, the alarm clock beat. Today was the day I couldn't delay. Had to get dressed. My hair was a mess. What could I wear? My skirt with the flare was nowhere in sight. So I settled, all right. Stuffed my whole face as I rapidly raced. Honey, please wait. You left your display. Come on now, Faye, my mother did say. It may seem quite tough, but you're more than enough. Erase the doubt. Don't you dare pout. Inhale, exhale. You will prevail. Whoosh. Sorry, guys, this thing is slipping just a little bit. Okay, there we go. And here are the pictures. Yeah. But I heard lies in my head. Oh, what a dread. I can't. I'm not. Infection had spread. Presentation on whales didn't go so swell. Broke my display, forgot what to say. Mumbled and fumbled, then sat straight away. The rest of the week was, kind of bleak. I looked at my grade, was totally dismayed. I tried and failed. I didn't prevail. Why did I hide what I knew was inside? And you are going to sit up straight. There. I was thrilled to be me, but I didn't feel free. Fear of failure and rejection was my infection. Lunch and recess. Favorite time of day now felt sad and gray. Lunch and recess made me stressed. Feeling alone was in my zone. Thinking of the past, why didn't it last? Clearly in a funk that really stunk. Until I heard contagious laughter, made my sadness slowly shatter. Zappy, wacky, chatty fun. Fun for each and everyone. They were confident, that was evident. Each was different, yet no predicament. Seemed relatable, maybe compatible. They were wonderful and very colorful. I dreamt of friendship, a perfect blendship. No need to prove or to be approved. No need to act in order to attract. A pack like that would be great. But wait, their packs seemed jam-packed. Was there room for me to bloom? Plus, what would I say? I could just say, hey. They probably just stare, wonder why I was there. I heard lies in my head. Oh, what a dread. I can't. I'm not. Infection had spread. So I walked away, perhaps another day. Why did I hide what I knew was inside? Oh, how about we just keep it down here for a moment? We don't need that at this second. I was thrilled to be me, but I couldn't be free. Fear of rejection was my infection. And as you can see, I don't have any fear of rejection at all. I'm just free to be me.
You are still a queen. You are still a queen.
Oh my God. And my clumsy self. Oh my goodness.
Don't feel bad. I am also clumsy. I embrace it.
Goodness. Okay, I think I got about 5 more minutes in this book, but it's the great happy endings. But it might get a little dark in this part. You're more than enough. Those thoughts in my head. I lay in my bed. It's true what they said. I've got to believe. I can't be deceived. My thoughts were so deep, I drifted off to sleep. The dream. I dreamt I was pushed in a box, like a rabbit being led to a fox. I screamed, I kicked, I ran, I flipped. I fought so hard, I almost tripped. Then I gave up, didn't fight anymore. I was tired and hot and oh so sore. Reluctantly, I was pushed in a box, secured and taped. What's my escape? This poor baby, she had a nightmare. Then all of a sudden, I felt a quick shift. It was swift. I was stiff. It was clear. Doom was near. Oh dear, this is weird. I feared as I teared. So I braced as I raced in what felt like a chase. Then it dropped and flopped. Then it came to a stop. Okay, here's my chance. Gotta get into my fighting stance. Here I go. No more doubt. Then I heard a voice shout. Wait, play it safe, 'cause you're in a new place. Don't act out in haste. Maybe danger awaits. Danger, I said? Who are you to know that? Please help. It is tight and my legs are all cramped. I can't see. It is dark. Oh my gosh. It is damp. I love her fighting stance. No, play it safe. Just stay there if you dare. For if you stay there, you'll be treated with care. Here's a pillow, a blanket, a light, and some food. I even have music if you're in the mood. So I thought and I thought, what would you do? Would you play it safe too? I need some advice. Yes, I'm talking to you. Would you take the chance without even a glance? What if it's good, but unlikelihood? I hope it is good. Well, like hope if it's not. So many ifs. Fears is making me stiff. Then I heard another voice inside me say, believe in yourself. Believe you are great. Believe you are better. Don't take the bait. Even if you're unsure of your fate, it's better to hope in what you can't see. Because being confined limits all you can be. So take a chance, leap into faith. Don't stay, wait, or play it safe. Because outside the box, maybe great things await. Okay, I'm convinced. I'm about to break free. I'll take a deep breath and count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Ah, wow! What is this place? It's the place to embrace a limitless space with an endless staircase. Without limiting your capabilities, look at all the possibilities. If you don't let fear limit you, you'll always have a way better view. The key to being unstoppable is knowing what is possible and knowing who you are, even from afar. You may trip and fall. You may even have to crawl. But don't you dare give up. You're on your way to the top. Your words and thoughts are weaponry, determining your destiny. So watch your thoughts and your mouth so things don't go south. If your buddies make you cruddy, move away fast. Place them in the past. Don't be so sad if they don't realize what they had, because others will know and appreciate your glow. Thank you. That is so true. I don't mean to stare. Well, who is that over there? I love her gown and her sparkly crown. Is she in a play? Yes, a play on Broadway. As a matter of fact, she's the leading act. I love to see her show. Can we sit in the front row? She is strong, courageous, and very vivacious. I love every moment and every component. What is her name and her claim to fame? Did she ever have fears over the years? Did she ever fail? What did that entail? Did she always believe, or were there tricks up her sleeve? Hi, Faye. Glad you enjoyed the play. I overheard your questions about what led me in this direction. Well, I believed in me and what I could be, changing my stinking thinking, and then I was set free. What was your process? How did you progress? And what's next for you? Well, look inside. I'll give you a clue. You decide what your future holds. Will you cower or be bold? Hey, Faye, It's time for your next show. Okay, here I come. Look, I gotta go. So you're Faye too? Who are you? That's for you to decide. Remember, toss fear to the side. That's when I woke and fear broke. I was no longer timid me because I had an epiphany. You see, box material is what I'm not. I'll rip it, I'll break it, I'll tear it into two, I'll stomp it, I'll shred it, I'll break out. It's true. I'll ship it, I'll snip it, I'll make an airplane or two, a car, a school bus. I don't care what I do, just so long as I'm not inside of it. True. This box is about my size. It is safe. I'd fit comfortably too. But it puts so many limits on what I can do. Now, take a look at you. Admire the view and let these words ring true. I'm thrilled to be me, and now I'm free. Fear of failure and rejection no longer my infection. I will not hide what I know is inside because I believe in myself. I believe I am great. No one and nothing can stop me. I determine my fate. I won't stay, wait, or play it safe. Because limitless me makes me feel free. Limitless me embraces a world of possibility. Limitless me exists inside of you. Yes, you. A world of possibilities awaits. Are you ready to climb the endless beyond the clouds staircase? The end.
Wow, that was such an awesome story. Thank you so much, Miss Tanya Amir. So, hang on for a little bit. Hopefully, you can hang on for a little bit because we have our next guest reader. So, let me get to that person. But thank you so much for that story about thinking about being limitless and not letting your fears put you in that box, because it'll put you in a box now.
Oh, definitely.
But you can't let it put you in that box. We will talk some more. Let me let in our next guest reader. Hello, Miss Cass. Hi. How are you?
I'm good tonight. So glad to be here.
I'm so glad that you have come on. So please, Miss Cass, tell us some things about what you do in the community, please, before you start reading, because you do so much.
Well, let's see. Well, I actually am an artist.
Yes,
So
you
I
are.
do artwork, but I also I think of my work, what I do with people to engage people and to help people and to support our community. I look at that kind of like my art too. So I approach it like it's a canvas and that I have a lot of art supplies and I try to figure out how to take these items and make them into something really beautiful. So that's what I do. And I work with really, really amazing people, a lot of partners. And
Mhm.
yeah, I work with great people and artists and helpers and important people like Miss Hope. So that's what I do. And I love what I do.
And we love that you do it. So, the one thing I want you to talk about, please talk about the art bus and fine art through our eyes. I have been in the art bus, did things with fine arts through our eyes with my students. Please give a little bit about it.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. So basically, the art bus actually came from an incredible exhibition about 3 years ago. It was at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. And it included artists and creatives and cultural bearers from all over the city of Philadelphia. And we had an amazing curator that came from the Netherlands. And she got all these people together in Philadelphia. And they each had something called an atmosphere. And so one of the atmosphere was called the Futures Atmosphere. And that group of people that was in that atmosphere was like a group. They said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had a way to go around from neighborhood to neighborhood and have meetings on a bus? And so they met this incredible artist. His name is Sadakio, and he works with an agency called Traction Company. And he worked with them to take an airport shuttle bus. I'm sure all of you seen them. They move you around the airport or transportation. And they said, can you take this bus and make it something we can use like a movable classroom? And he said, yeah, I sure can do that. In the meantime, so this is how things connect, because a part of my job is connecting. I met Mr.
Mhm.
Sadakio and I said, hey, I got this great idea of taking this bus and making it into an art room that could move around, and we could take this art room and move it from place to place to place. And he said, guess what? I know some other people that had that great idea the same time you did. And so we all came together and we said, how about this? Let's work together. And then what happened was when that exhibition was over, they said, hey, what are we going to do with this great movable classroom? And they said, do you want it? And I said, you betcha. And so
Yeah,
they gave
you
it to us.
betcha.
And so Philadelphia Museum of Art gave us the Futures Bus, which then became in turn the Art Bus. And so we work with different artists, like Miss Hope, and artists from all over the city. And we go from block to block, place to place, school from school, neighborhood to neighborhood. And we take art classes and community engagement all over. And that's what I love most about the Art Bus is because we don't have to wait for people to come to us in a room or a building to do art and share ideas and creativity. We can take that to them right where they are. So that's the beautiful thing about the Art Bus. So we're getting her ready to come out for the spring and summer. And we have some exciting opportunities coming up. We have two amazing artists that are going to get other artists together. And in June, the first Saturday in June, we're going to do a beautiful painting on the art bus. They're going to make the art bus look like a piece of traveling art. And they're going
Oh,
to do it and
nice.
create it. And we're going to show it online. And we're going to try to get another bus so that we can make it not just an art bus, but a performing arts bus. So you can do
Oh,
music, acting,
nice.
singing, and all kind of things. We'll be able to take it all over the city. So that's the story of the art bus.
Very nice. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. A performing arts bus. I have my ASAP drama shirt on as already. I'm excited about
Yes.
that. So, what book will you be sharing with us this evening?
So I don't know. Miss Tanya was incredible. I don't know if I can top her, but I have two books I wanted to share with you tonight. And depending on how much time do I have, Miss Hope?
Um, so you um let me see. So, Miss Tanya, let me ask you, is it cool for her to read her two books? You have time to stay on? Oh, she said, like this. We want to hear your two books. Okay.
Okay. Well, because I'm an artist, and although guess what my name is? You guys know what my name is? What is my name?
Oh, your
Cass.
Cass, yes.
So I have this incredible book by one of my
Oh,
favorite artists. And the name of the book is called Cassie's Word Quilt.
Quilt.
And it's by an incredible artist called Faith Reingold. And
Oh,
Faith
yes.
Reingold is an amazing artist that her artwork is done in a way it's called quilting, and also it's called assemblage. And she creates incredible artwork, and she's extremely famous. And so a part of our programming at Mill Creek Community Partnership, it's called Fine Art Through Our Eyes Community Arts Initiative. And what we
Yes.
do with that is we make a place for creativity. And most people will come and say, I'm not really an artist, but we'll say it doesn't matter because everybody has something creative inside of them. And so we provide a place, just like with the Art Bus, for creativity to have a place to land. And so Faith Reingold, she does her work in the form of quilting and assemblage. And a part of our programming is what is very important to our program is that because we work primarily in urban neighborhoods and communities of color, we want to introduce our communities to artists of color. That's what we really love to do and we're very passionate about. And so Faith Reingold is an artist of color. So,
All right.
and we
Well, let
always
me
talk
give
about
you
our
the
artists.
floor. Let me give you the stage, ma'am. Let me give you the stage. There you
Awesome.
go.
Thank you. So this book is called Cassie's Word Quilt. And the author is Faith Reingold. And this is one of her famous quilts that we'll be talking about tonight. And she says that this book is dedicated to all the children who are learning to use words and pictures to tell their stories. So it says, on Tar Beach, Cassie dreams she can fly among the stars. Cassie's family has picnics on Tar Beach. And at those picnics, you have mother, father, brother, clothesline, plants, chairs, food, tables, and a quilt. Now, something special about Tar Beach. Can anyone tell me what's special about Tar Beach? Is it near the ocean? Is it far away? Actually, no. It's on the roof of their home. So they're using the roof of their home as a beach in the summer. And so they take the clothesline, and you have father is bringing the food, mother, the table, the quilt, the plants, the brother. And who is this? Flying on her dreams. That's Cassie. Cassie lives in a very nice apartment, and she loves all the things in her homes. So some of the things in Cassie homes are what? A teacup, flowers, lamp. What is that in Cassie's home? A dog, a mirror. Oh wow, Cassie has dog and fish. Sofa, a rug. Oh, and a radio. These are things that Cassie loves that are in her where? Home. And so this picture is just showing us our inside view of Cassie's home. Are you all in your home tonight watching us at the Read-A-Thon? Do you have things that you love inside your home? Think about it. Do you have a mirror or a radio or a computer? Some of the things that Cassie has. Do you have a dog or fish? And then it says, Cassie has her own bedroom with a closet for her clothes. You see all her beautiful clothes hanging up nice and neat. How does your closet look at home? I don't know about you, but my closet isn't as neat as that. And it says Cassie's bedroom has many colorful things. Do you have colorful things in your room? So basically, Cassie has a blanket, a bed, a pillow, a dresser. Do you have a doll? Anybody got dolls? I have a doll actually that looks just like this. Oh, a book bag, a rocking chair. Remember the closet? And what is this? You don't see what this is? A painting. Can you all see my painting in the back? I have paintings in my house. She also has all these other things inside her house. Do you have any of these in your house? This is a picture of our house with all those things in it. Cassie's block, her block also has a park where children can play. Do you have a park nearby you? And if you do, what do you do with that? What do you do at that park? How's this? You have a swing at that park? Have you been to the park lately and seen all the trees and the flowers? And it says that there is always things happening on Cassie's block. Things like what? Basketball, jump rope, swings, ice cream trucks, policemen, newspaper boy. I don't know if we have newspaper boys anymore. A grocery store, a fruit stand. Who has ice cream? Has anyone seen the ice cream man so far? Jump
I have
rope.
seen
Anybody
them.
been outside? Yeah. Jump rope. And this is Cassie's block. It looks a lot like my block. Miss Hope knows. I live right across the street from a park, a playground, and we always have ice cream trucks, babies, and basketball. And it says Cassie's school is a good place to learn and have fun. So I know everyone's been learning at home, but some people may be going to school soon. So did you think that your school would be a good place to learn and have fun? And if you are, Cassie she likes her teachers and her classmates. And these are some of the things that are going to happen at her school and at your school if you go back soon. You have your classmates, your friends who you knew you missed. You have books, a blackboard, a desk, a clock, your teacher, paint. Is that wonderful? Pen and ink, and an apple. This is her classroom. Does it look like your classroom at all? Or if you haven't ever been to school yet, this is a little bit like your classroom. Let's hope, does this remind you of your classroom at all?
Yeah, the wooden floor. We still have chalkboard.
Yeah, chalkboard, message boards. Yeah, books. Of course, you need a teacher, right? That's important. Oh, but Cassie, guess where she lives at? In New York City. But she has to catch the train to school and to get around. But do you all catch the train here in Philadelphia? Like where? The L or the Market Street line? But have you ridden in a car or in a bus? Or do you take taxis? Who pays attention to the traffic lights? Who's crossed any bridges? This is how her neighborhood looks. And then what Miss Reingold would like you to know is all these stories make up the letters in the alphabet. So do you know your alphabet yet? Like, let's go through the top line. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So that is Cassie's Word Quilt. So you can find this book online and you can check out Tar Beach, which is about a neighborhood in Harlem from the 1930s. And Faith Reingold made a beautiful quilt that she turned into a book. And that's what you just heard, Cassie's Word Quilt. So thank you. But this is one of my favorite artists, and I thought I would share her with you. So check her out and check out some of her great work. Miss Hope, do I have time for another story for maybe
Yes,
older
ma'am,
children?
you do. You do have time.
Okay, so I have another book. So I love books,
Miss Cass, you
especially
got to
children's.
that one before I did because I that was in my shopping cart.
So this is called The Undefeated, and it is by Kwame Alexander and Kadar Nelson. So are you able to see the pictures of it? Look at the
Yes.
beautiful imaging. I'm gonna turn it around too. So although we have online and we do things virtually, there's something special about a book. And this actually won an award, a gold medal award. And I'm going to read what they call the foreword. I don't know, I might have to give this to Miss Hope for her collection. It says, "This is for the unforgettable, the unafraid, the undefeated. This is a love letter to America, to Black America, to the grit, passion, and perseverance of our greatest artists, athletes, activists, to the dreamers, to the strength and bravery of everyday people caught in the web of history, with references to lyrics and lines originally shared by our most celebrated heroes. This poem digs into the not so distant past to underline the endurance and spirit of those surviving and thriving in the present, undefeated." How's that sound? That's pretty encouraging. There you go. You ready? Let's go. The Undefeated. I hope this book will inspire you. I know it inspired me. So it says, let's see if I can position it right so you can see the picture and I can read. All right. So can you see that? Does anyone know who this is? This great athlete. His name is Jesse Owens. It says, "This is for the unforgettable, the swift and sweet ones who hurdled history and opened a world of possible." I want you to stay with me because he opened a world of impossible and made things possible. And then these are the ones who survived America by any means necessary. These remind you of anybody you know. These are those who survived by any means necessary. And we must always remember to honor the ones who didn't survive. This is for the undeniable, the ones who scored with chains on one hand and faith in the other. Remember our ancestors. We stand on their shoulders today because they did what? They are undeniable because they scored for us with chains on one hand and faith in the other. What you think? This is for the unflappable, the sophisticated ones who box with adversity and tackle vision. Do you have a vision? Do you know people with vision? Are you what they call a dreamer? That just means that you're a visionary. For those who shine their light for the world to see and don't stop till the break of dawn. So these are our great, great, great poets and writers and scientists and leaders. Does anyone know who this is? This is Zora Neale Hurston. We have Langston Hughes. These are our great Romeo Bearden. I had a book on Romeo Bearden, but I was like, I couldn't pick which ones I wanted, so I picked Faith Ryan Cole. And they are mostly from the Harlem Renaissance. And this is for the unafraid, the audacious ones who carry the red, white, and weary blues to save an imperfect union. We've always fought for the sake of others, and we still do. We stand in the gap as the brave ones that may not always get thanked or recognized. The righteous marching ones who sang, "We shall not be moved." Because what? Can you say it with me? What? Black Lives Matter. Can you say it with me again? Black Lives Matter. And this is for the unspeakable. And we've come a mighty long way. Does everybody know what this is? This is the interior of a slave ship. And this is how we were brought to this country from Africa, our motherland. And this is for the unspeakable. Do you all know who this is? These are the 4 girls that died in the bombing in Birmingham. There's many unspeakables in our time here. And this is for the unspeakable. Have you all seen this? On your block, around the corner, on TV? The unspeakable. Yet this is for the unlimited, unstoppable ones, the dreamers, the doers, who swim across the big sea of our imagination and show us the majestic shores of the promised land. And this is for our giants whose shoulders we stand on. Do you all know who these people are? If not, I'm going to read it out to you. One of my favorites. You have Wilma Rudolph, the Muhammad Ali's, the Althea Gibsons, the Jesse Owens, the Jordans, and the LeBrons, the Serenas, the Sherrills, the Reese Whitleys, and the Undiscovered. Is anyone here an Undiscovered? And this is for the unbelievable, the we real cool ones. This is for the unbending, the black as the night is beautiful ones. Yes. Anybody knows who these folks are? This is Billie Holiday. Yeah. Anybody just see the movie yet? Louis Armstrong, Duke Ellington, Miles Davis. Yes. And this is for the underdogs and the uncertain, the unspoken, but no longer untitled. Those dreamers, those soarers. And this is for the undefeated. This is for you, and you, and you, and you, and you. This is for you, the undefeated. This is for who? This is for us. And this is the book, Undefeated. This is for you, and this is for us. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you get a chance to get it. The imaging in this book is spectacular, and the thought behind it is to remind us where we come from, where we are, and where we're going. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Cass. Those were such great books. I love Faith Ringgold's Tar Beach. That is one of my favorite books. That's one of my favorites. I like doing art projects off of that book too. And so this was the first time I ever heard of Cassie's word quilt. Thank you for introducing that one to me as well. And the Undefeated. I love those
Yes.
pictures. If you ever see the book Coretta, about Coretta Scott King, like the pictures remind, oh my god, they're so and there's another one on Gwendolyn Brooks. Though the pictures in there are just amazing. So yeah, when I saw that book, I was like, oh, I love those pictures. So
Really
thank
beautiful,
you
right?
so much, Miss Cat. Oh, look at them. They're gorgeous. And it's really like seeing it on camera doesn't do the pictures justice. It really doesn't. You have to have it in your hands to see just how awesome the pictures are. Thank you
Thank you so much for having me.
Miss Cass.
I'd just like to say for folks to support this initiative, Miss Hope's Reading Hour. It's so important that we keep reading in the forefront of literacy and having our children prepared for the future. And we're just really proud of you, and we want you to succeed, and we have your back. and we want others to have your back. So we thank you for taking the lead and being undefeated, even in COVID. You stepped out on faith, hope, and love. So we thank you for that, Miss Hope. Keep
Thank
doing what you're
you
doing.
so much. Thank you. I learned from the best. Listen, I learned from the best. You and all of those who bamboozled me into community work. But it was the best thing that I could have ever walked into. And I learned so much about how to reach people and reach them where they are and to be innovative from people like you. So thank you so much, Miss Cass, for all that you do, all that you've taught me, all that you're still teaching me. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Miss Hope, and I look forward to seeing the rest of the 24-hour. I have to do my donation to the GoFundMe. I definitely will. And I just want to say, maybe in the future, once the art bus is out and about, we can do some televising from the art bus. That would be pretty
Oh,
cool.
absolutely.
We'd love to have you do that with us.
You don't have to ask me twice. You don't have to ask me twice. All right. Well,
So thank you so much again.
Thank you so much.
Blessings and much success.
Thank you to you as well. Bye-bye. All right, Miss Tanya Amir. We are back. Unmute yourself, ma'am.
Oh, hi! Yay!
Hello. So before we get into your other book, please, oh, please tell us about your organization as well and your pageantry. Please tell us about it.
Well, right now, praise God, I am very happy to share that I am Miss Keystone State USA Ambassador 2021. So, yay!
Congratulations.
Thank you. The national pageant is this July, and it just happens to be on my birthday, July 26th. So we're hoping that that's blessings on the national title. And with the national title, I would become Ms. USA Ambassador.
Oh, nice.
And this pageant really focuses on community service, which is something that I really, really love. I love giving back to my city and to the community and just sharing and love to everyone and doing it to the glory and honor of God and just being his servant, letting him use me as he will.
Wow.
Yeah, and the organization, the Lord blessed me to be the founder of a brand new organization called Love, Life, Healing, and Hope, which is a grief support group on Facebook. But it's not just on Facebook; it's just people being able to reach out and just share, just open their heart, have a safe place to share their heart as they're going through their journey of grief and loss, whatever that may be. And that has started because I recently went through going through the grief process after losing my husband, Mansour. So yeah, and now the Lord is using me in that hard journey to be using that as a testimony of endurance and overcoming and empowerment in order to help others get through their journey, especially as we're coming through the pandemic.
Okay, wonderful. And talk about your buffers. Come on, talk about them now.
Of course, my
You gotta
buffer
talk
babies.
about them now.
I love my buffer babies. Well, the other ministry the Lord has allowed me to start that has been and continuing to go on for almost 20 years. Beauty for Ashes Inc. has been going on for about 20 years. It's a faith-based, community-based program for kids aged 5 to 18, my school-age babies. Now my babies are all off to college. They're all off to college.
I see.
So I don't have buffer babies. I have buffer grown-ups.
Buffer grown-ups.
I have buffer grown-ups. But they still come around. The Lord still allows me to minister to them as they are either going into high school or about to graduate and go off to college. Some of them are going off into the armed forces. Some of them are going off and starting their careers. Others are just really just wiggling their way, trying to find themselves in their direction. And the Lord has really been using me to speak life to them and just love on my babies, my grown-ups.
Your grown-ups, yes.
Grown-ups. But it's good. It's good. I was blessed to see in these 20 years. Oh gosh, one of my babies, she was my baby before she came out of the womb, and now she's heading into high school. And I'm like, wow, what happened?
Yeah, where'd the time go, right?
So yeah, but it's good. It was a scary. I still remember the day that the Lord gave me the vision to start Beauty for Ashes in 2001. Yeah, and I said, well, God, why would anyone send their child to me? Who am I? But the Lord told me that's the question. It's not about you. It's about what I can do through you. So, yeah. He said, just be a vessel. And now here I am.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, what book are you going to share with us?
Well, this is very interesting because this young lady in this book, this family in this book is touching like 3 or 4 different relatable issues all in one shot, and it's called My Rainbow.
Oh, okay.
It's My Rainbow by Trinity and D. Shanna Neal and illustrated by Art Twink. So let's see what this young lady's rainbow is about.
All right, giving you the stage.
It's My Rainbow. Trinity and her siblings played in the warm morning sunlight. Trinity stroked Peter Porker's long mane. She loved soft things, just like many kids with autism. And Peter's hair was perfect. Music sang from Lucille's cello, enveloping the room in tranquility and making it feel safe. Let's play, Trin, Hyperion said. Their sparkly shirts glittered like stars. Sometimes Trinity and Hyperion's dolls were video gamers. Sometimes they were astronauts. Little Than's toy was a hot dog this time. Their dolls could be anything, just like Mom said they could. See, they like to play and had very vivid imaginations. Trinity stayed with her doll long after everyone found other things to do. She stared at its long curly hair and beautiful dark skin. She touched her own short hair. What's the matter, baby? Mom asked. Trinity blew out a gust of breath in frustration. I can't be a girl. Oh, Mom said. Why is that? Because why? Trinity glanced up. I need long hair. Girls can't have short hair. See? Oh, girls can have short hair. See? Mom ran a hand over her own short black hair. I'm a girl too. Trinity's frown only deepened. I don't think you understand. Mom, I'm a transgender girl. Mom blinked with surprise. Trinity's gender was part of what made her a masterpiece, just like autism and her black skin. But Trinity was trying to tell her something important. Mom closed her laptop and sat down next to Trinity. I'm listening. There's one thing I love about the mother. She chose to listen to her daughter. Trinity let out a big breath as if she'd been holding it forever. People don't care if cisgender girls like you have short hair, but it's different for transgender girls. I need long hair. Mom thought for a moment. You're right. It is different for me. She peered at each of her children. We are all a little different from one another. You're a beautiful rainbow, Trinity. I don't feel like a rainbow right now. Mom knew Trinity struggled to grow her hair long. She hated how it made her itchy when it was growing out. But Trinity knew herself best of all. And if she said she needed long hair, she needed long hair. With a sigh, Trinity picked up a pink comb and began smoothing her doll's hair. When Dad came home for work, Mom was still thinking about what Trinity said. I have to make things right, Mom said. But how? I don't know, Dad said. Mom didn't know either. Lucien peeked around the corner. I think I can help. Mom grabbed her purse. Lucien led her across the street to the beauty store. There were so many choices. That one's too long, Lucien said. Trinity doesn't like hair touching her neck. And that one's too straight, Mom said next. She's a beautiful black girl and her hair is already perfect. None of these feel right, she sighed. Lucien thought hard. I know what we need. Trinity needs her very own rainbow. Oh, the colors. Oh, the colors of the rainbow. That night, as all her children slept, Mom sat down with her laptop, a hair needle, thread, and a wig cap. She had never made a wig before. She threaded the hair into the cap like the online video showed. She sewed late into the night, weaving love into every row. The wig had to be just right for Trinity. She poked herself with the needle a few times, got the thread tangled in the curls, and had to chase Peter when he snatched a strand of the curly purple hair. But she weaved and weaved until the clock struck 3 a.m. Ooh, Mama was working on that wig, cat. She finally dozed off, hoping her daughter would love it. Mom awoke to the sound of sniffling and sobbing. She gasped. Trinity was crying. Oh no. Mom dashed into the bathroom. The wig was big and fluffy on Trinity's head. The springy, curly, teal, blue, pink, dark pink, and purple hair that Lucien had chose lit up the whole room. Trinity's eyes sparkled. She was crying tears of joy. She ran her fingers through the curls. It's me, Mom. My hair has finally come. It's my rainbow. Oh, look at that. She's dancing for joy with her new wig. Yeah, I know how it feels to get a new wig, y'all. Lucien bounded into the bathroom with the rest of the family behind him to see Trinity's reaction. Oh, look at the entire supportive family. Thank you, Trinity said. I love my rainbow. And we love you, my heart. The end.
Sorry, I was muted. Apologize. Thank you so much, Tanya, for sharing your stories with us this evening. Thank you so much, and for sticking around and coming back. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Not a problem. I'm actually enjoying myself, and this is one of the things that I love about being a title holder is that, and especially during a pandemic, during quarantine, when we really can't get out and serve like we normally would, hands-on right there in the crowds. This is another way that I could reach out and possibly make a difference.
Thank you so much. So appreciate you and all the things you do in the community. Congratulations on that diaper collection. That was really awesome.
Yeah.
That was really awesome.
The diaper drive was, oh my gosh, that actually was a dream. Then I was really, I was really scared to do it at first because I wasn't sure how people were going to receive it. But one of the things that the Lord showed me in that is when He said He would do exceedingly and abundantly above all that I could ask for or think if I just trust Him and go out and be a vessel and just do what He called me to do, be obedient. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Just go out and do it. Let Him use you. The Lord came. He showed up. He showed out. And all I could do is sit back and go, wow.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Wow. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. Even after coming from work, coming and sharing with us. Thank you so much. You are so appreciated.
And thank you for having me. And Again, kisses to you, hugs to you, my sister.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the good work, and I'm praying that the Lord would do the same for you.
Thank
Exceedingly
you.
abundantly above all you can ask for or think, even in this. This was just an idea. I remember day one when when everybody was reading for an hour, you actually kept it up. And that is awesome. So I'm praying the Lord just blows it up for you.
Thank you so much. So appreciated.
And you guys have a rest of your night.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you. Well, my friend, we had two awesome guest readers, okay? So I was trying to change the lighting since it's the evening time, okay? And we are about to get into our nighttime, sleepy time books soon. Thank you all so much for sticking in and continuing to watch and continuing to donate. Thank you all so much. I so appreciate all of you. Oh my goodness. Wait 1 second, 1 minute. Come on. Come on. Listen here. I gotta share the page. Wait, wait a minute. I gotta share the page. This is so wonderful. Let me share the page, friends. Let me share the page. Hold up. Wait a minute. Stop it. Okay, so do you see what that says, friends? That says $320. Okay. Oh, my heart is full, friends. My heart is full. That says $320, which means that you add that 15 to it. That's 335. People are donating. Okay. Thank you all so much for your donations. Thank you. Okay. I so appreciate you all. So, before we go on to some more stories, I want to share with you the videos that I've been sharing the whole time about what these three organizations do. Because, like I said, I want you all to know where your money is going. I don't want you to just be donating just to say you donated. I want you to know where your money's going, okay? So let me share with you about these three awesome organizations. Oh my goodness. You guys are showing off. I'm so excited. Thank you all so much. Okay, so let me share with you these videos. Hold on. Let me get it where I want it. Oh my goodness. I'm so... goodness, I wish I could find the words. I can't even find the words. This is so amazing that you guys are coming through, donating. Let me share my screen. Share. Blow it up. Blow it up. All right, let me see. There we go. All right. Turn it up.
Action for Early Learning really truly benefited my son in so many different ways.
My name is Maria Walker, and I'm Project Director for Drexel University's Action for Early Learning. Action for Early Learning is a Drexel-led collaboration of social service, educational, and community agencies working together to create a support system for families in West Philadelphia, particularly in the Promise neighborhood, to increase quality education improvement.
I'm representing Delaware Valley Association for the Education of Young Children as the Alliance Manager for Action for Early Learning. Action for Early Learning Alliance for Child Care Managers is made up of 23 early childhood programs in West Philadelphia. We bring the center directors together, along with teachers sometimes, to the Dornsife Center. And our focus and goal is assisting the early childhood programs in continuous quality improvement.
It helped with my staff with professional development, management for classrooms. I was able to grow within the last 3 years being part of the Alliance and having great mentors, working with our facility. It's helping Taylor's Learn Academy to prepare our children for a better future.
Teachers and directors are trained to make sure that young children ready for kindergarten.
It's a big difference because that child who has not used early childhood education, he starts off behind.
Action for Early Learning has a very strong focus on early literacy.
Functional literacy is on the rise, and we need not let these children from 0 to 8 that's coming up right now be that way.
So we were able to have a partnership with Read-A-Thon. Their dream and our dream was just to get books in the hands of every single organization that had touch with children.
To just improve the quality of the centers wouldn't be enough. If the community didn't buy into it, and if parents didn't understand the reason why it's important to improve those centers, the children wouldn't benefit from the work. People's Emergency Center created an excellent cohort of family ambassadors to spread the word about the need for families and caregivers and parents to make sure that their children are attending high-quality centers.
Family ambassadors are very good. They come out to each event that we have at the center to talk to the parents and have the parents get engaged whatever activities we have going on, whichever information they have in reference to childcare. Talk to the parents one-on-one.
They get firsthand knowledge how to not just help themselves and help their children, but they get a chance to help other children through their experiences. It takes a village to raise a child. You know, everybody has to be involved.
It is not a thing where everybody's separated, everybody's different, but we're all of like minds and we're communicating and we're able to help one another out. The biggest goal for me is just community.
So that is Action for Early Learning. That is what they are doing for people in the West Philadelphia, and helping parents to get their children to quality early childhood education. So that, my friends, is what you are donating to. If you were not on to hear from Miss Rachel, who was the one with the really curly hair, she came on as a guest reader today. So she gave some more information about things that they do in the community. Now, let's hear about Ronald McDonald House Charities. Okay. I want to show this video again to show how families okay, let me share to share their experience with Ronald McDonald House Charities. Oops. There. Okay, just a moment. There we go.
Daddy, Kevin.
And who's in the hospital?
No one.
For us, we're from Saskatchewan, and we feel a long way from home. And when you come here, you feel like you're closer to home, and because you get to see people that actually care and take care of you in a time where you can't really give to other people. And when people give to you in your moment of crisis, it's extra special. And it's really encouraged me personally and us as a family, just of good people in this world.
It feels like a home to me. It's not like most hotels that you stay at. Like most hotels, they just give you like breakfast, and then the rest of the day you don't have any other meals, so you have to go out and buy other meals and stuff. But here, they give you like brunch and a dinner.
My daughter has Crohn's, and she's having a major flare right now. So we came to this city about 2.5 weeks ago. She was admitted in the Lloyd Hospital. She had some fluids, and we contacted the nurses at the pediatric unit. They were to come immediately. She needed a blood transfusion. I don't even know how to explain. I would have drove myself crazy in a hotel. It's been so good, and everyone here is so nice, and they're just so willing to help you with anything. It's been really good for us. Like, there's bingo, and there's craft time, and there's been the Disney princess is coming, and that was huge. All of it. There's so much.
I enjoy my time here. When I play with my friends, I don't feel like leaving anymore because I got really close to people.
The Ronald McDonald house is more than a house, it's a home.
So, as you can see, the experience of the families at the Ronald McDonald House, that it's a home. They create a home for them so that they are able to just focus on taking care of their child and not having to focus on all of the other things, like where are we going to live? How are we going to eat? How are our other children going to get taken care of? So the Ronald McDonald House provides that home away from home for many, many families. Now, let me show you a video that talks about, actually, I think I'm going to show you the first video that I showed. So if you weren't here before, I'll show you the video I showed before. Okay. Hold on, Alton Brown. Hold on. Okay, just a moment.
Brown for Heifer International. And I used to have a goat. All right, maybe it wasn't a goat. Maybe it was a cow or a water buffalo or a sheep or a llama or trees or chickens or even bees. In which case, a leash would seem perhaps odd. Okay, my goat's not really missing. It went to a family somewhere in the world, or even here at home. It went to people who really needed it. Why a goat, you might ask, or a cow, or a water buffalo, or bees? Why not send tractors if you want to help? Well, first, because in most of the places of the world where heifer works, the nearest gas station is a very long way off. And gas probably costs about $1,000 a liter. As for a mechanic, well, that's like in the next country. And let's face it, an animal has a much better engine, one that can move people's lives. You turn it on, it gives you milk, or wool, or eggs. It plows fields, it produces, how can I say this politely, fertilizer that makes crops grow. It's like giving someone a small business, because all of those products, the milk, the wool, the eggs, turn into income for medicine, school, clothing, a better home, a sustainable livelihood. And the animals produce livestock, because animals make baby animals. That's what they do. Try that with a tractor sometime. Anyway, the next thing you know, the family is passing on the gift, sharing the animal's offspring and the training that came with it with another family who does the same thing, and so does the next family and the next, until pretty soon you've helped to lift a whole community out of poverty. Cool, huh? You see, Heifer International isn't just about animals and training. It's about the amazing things that happen when people realize they can stand strong all on their own, like the resourcefulness and skills they discover, the communities that grow, the attitudes that change. It's amazing. Suddenly, hope happens, and it's like somebody turned on a switch. And you know what else is amazing? It's the power you have to make the lasting change happen all over the world every day. That's where my goat went. And that's what you start with one gift to Heifer International, a gift that grows, and maybe the best, hardest working gift you'll ever give. And that, my friends, is a recipe for lasting change.
Awesome. Awesome. A recipe for lasting change. So we are still here. It is almost 10 o'clock, but we are still going strong. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So let's see. I wanted to show one more Heifer International video. So we learned how goats can change. So let's learn about these chickens. Let's see about this.
Amazing animal.
All right, so let me share my screen again.
Amazing animal number 1, the chicken. It doesn't really matter which came first, the chicken or the egg. Both are full of potential. After 21 days, a chick hatches from its egg. On small farms, they require little attention, and they keep gardens healthy by eating bugs and weeds. After 20 weeks, chicks become hens that are capable of laying eggs. One egg contains 6 grams of protein, vitamins, and tastes delicious. Around the world, chickens are raised to generate income and provide food. On small farms, they are a sustainable source of nutrition that reproduce and can be shared with others. Did you know a hen can lay up to 300 eggs each year? There are 24 billion chickens on Earth. Chickens make good fertilizer. Chickens live around 5 to 10 years. Give a chicken today. Check out heifer.org to learn how.
So, all the ways that chickens help around the world. So you get that chicken, then it makes chicks, then you can sell the eggs, and you can give those chickens to other people who are in need of a sustainable business for their family. So, my friends, I have some books that I want to read to you. I'm going to show you this really big book. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, that is a huge book. But when you see it, and you hear the stories, you'll be happy. And you'll be a little happy because you will hear Miss Hope being super tongue-tied, which will probably be funny to you all. But hey, I'm cool with it. I'm all right with it. Okay. I am okay with being super silly with my words. Let me get the right music. Okay. Oh no, that wasn't the one I wanted. So sorry, friends. No, that is not the one I wanted. That is not. All right, just a second. Just a second. Just a moment. Because you know we got to get the ambiance right for the book, right? All right. All right, so the book that I'm going to read for you right now is from a very big book. Look at this book. Look at this book. Looks like an encyclopedia, right? So this book is Your Favorite Seuss. Do you see that? It's called Your Favorite Seuss. There are, let me see how many Dr. Seuss books are in here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Dr. Seuss stories in here. Okay? When I saw this book, I was like, I have to buy it. It must be bought because 13 books in one book? Come on. Okay? And it's Dr. Seuss. Okay? So I am going to read the first book out of this anthology called And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street by Dr. Seuss. This book was published way before my time, 1937. Can you believe it? And it's such a good book. When I leave home to walk to school, Dad always says to me, Marco, keep your eyelids up and see what you can see. But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me and sternly says, your eyesight's much too keen. Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales. Now, what can I say when I get home today? All the long way to school and all the way back, I've looked and I've kept careful track. But all that I've noticed, except my own feet, was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street. That's nothing to tell of. That won't do, of course. Just a broken down wagon that's drawn by a horse. That can't be my story. That's only a start. I'll say that a zebra was pulling that cart. And that is the story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Yes, the zebra is fine, but I think it's a shame such a marvelous beast with a cart that's so tame. The story would really be better to hear if the driver I saw was a charioteer. A gold and blue chariot's something to meet, rumbling like thunder down Mulberry Street. No, it won't do at all. A zebra's too small. A reindeer's better. He's fast and he's fleet. and he'd look mighty smart on old Mulberry Street. Hold on a minute, there's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull a thing that runs on wheels. He'd be much happier instead if he could pull a fancy sled. A reindeer and sled? Say, anyone could think of that. Fred, Jack, or Fred, or Joe, or Nat. Say, even Jane could think of that. But it isn't too late to make one little change. A sleigh and an elephant. There's something strange. I'll pick one with plenty of power and size. A blue one with plenty of fun in his eyes. And then, just to give him a little more tone, have a Raja with rubies perched high on a throne. Say, that makes a story that no one can beat when I say I saw it on Mulberry Street. And now I don't know. It doesn't seem right. An elephant pulling a thing that's so light would whip it around in the air like a kite. But he'd look simply grand with a great brass band. Oh boy. How far is this story going to go? A band that's so good should have someone to hear it. A band that's so good should have someone to hear it. But it's going so fast that it's hard to keep near it. I'll put on a trailer. I know they won't mind if a man sits and listens while hitched on behind. But now, is it fair? Is it fair what I've done? I bet those wagons weigh more than a ton. That's really too heavy a load for one beast. I'll give him some helpers. He needs 2 at least. But now, what worries me is this. Mulberry Streets runs into bliss. Unless there's something I can fix up, there'll be an awful traffic mix-up. See, I told you, I get tongue-tied with Seuss. It takes police to do the trick, to guide them through where traffic's thick. It takes police to do the trick. They'll never crash now. They'll race at top speed with Sergeant Mulvaney himself in the lead. The mayor is there, and he thinks it is grand, and he raises his hat as they dash by the stand. The mayor is there, and the aldermen too, all waving big banners of red, white, and blue. And that is the story that no one can beat when I say I saw it on Mulberry Street. With a roar of its motor, an airplane appears and dumps out confetti while everyone cheers. And that makes a story that's really not bad, but it still could be better. Suppose that I add, what more can you add? We went from a horse and a cart to all of this. A Chinese man who eats with sticks, a big magician doing tricks, a 10-foot beard that needs a comb. No time for more. I'm almost home. I don't think you could add any more, okay? I swung around the corner and dashed through the gate. I ran up the steps and I felt simply great. For I had a story that no one could beat, and to think I saw it on Mulberry Street. But Dad said quite calmly, just draw up your stool and tell me the sights on the way home from school. There was so much to tell, I just couldn't begin. Dad looked at me sharply and pulled at his chin. He frowned at me sternly from there in his seat. Was there nothing to look at? No people to greet? Did nothing excite you or make your heart beat? Nothing, I said, growing red as beet. Just a plain horse and wagon on Mulberry Street. I guess his dad was saying, okay, don't go telling me any tall tales. So he thought, yeah, let me rethink my whole big story. Okay. Well, let's see what book we will read now. I actually want to. Let me see. I'm trying to think of what book to read. Oh, you know what? I will read another series. I really liked these two stories because it talks about a very common utensil that we use to design and write with, especially when we are young ones. Okay, so this is the first book. Put the dust jacket up there. So this called The Day the Crayons Quit. This book is by Drew DeWalt. Pictures by Oliver Jeffries. All right, so this book received an E.B. White Read Aloud Award. An award for being a good read aloud book. How awesome is that? My finger's covering it. There's the award little medal right there. Awesome, awesome. All right. The Day the Quit. Did you think they could quit? Well, I'll tell you right now, they can, and they did. They were like, listen, we're tired. We quit. So, this is a Philomel Books book, an imprint of, just a minute. Wait a minute, where is that? Okay, just a moment. Let's go back to our ambience. All right, so this is a Philomel Books book, an imprint of Penguin Group Incorporated. One day in class, Duncan went to take out his crayons and found a stack of letters with his name on them. Hey Duncan, it's me, Red Crayon. We need to talk. You make me work harder than any of the other crayons. All year long, I wear myself out coloring fire engines, apples, strawberries, and everything else that's red. I even work on holidays. I have to color all of the Santas at Christmas and all of the hearts on Valentine's Day. I need a rest. Your overworked friend, Red Crayon. Dear Duncan, all right, listen. I love that I'm your favorite crayon for grapes, dragons, and wizards' pets. But it makes me crazy that so much of my gorgeous color goes outside the lines. If you don't start coloring inside the lines soon, I'm going to completely lose it. Your very neat friend, Purple Crayon. Dear Duncan, I'm tired of being called light brown or dark tan because I'm neither. I'm beige and I'm proud. I'm also tired of being second place to Mr. Brown Crayon. All the bears, ponies, and puppies. I'm sorry, it's not fair that Brown gets all the bears, ponies, and puppies, while the only things I get are turkey dinners, if I'm lucky. And wheat. Be honest, when was the last time you saw a kid excited about coloring wheat? Your beige friend, Beige Crayon. Duncan, Gray Crayon here. You're killing me. I know you love elephants, and I know that elephants are gray, but that's a lot of space to color in all by myself. And don't even get me started on your rhinos, hippos, and humpback whales. You know how tired I am after handling one of those things? Such big animals. Baby penguins are gray. Wait a minute. Okay, baby penguins are gray, you know. So are very tiny rocks, pebbles. How about one of those once in a while to give me a break? Your very tired friend, Gray Crayon. Dear Duncan, you color with me, but why? Most of the time, I'm the same color as the page you are using me on, white. If I didn't have a black outline, you wouldn't even know I was there. I'm not even in the rainbow. Oh, excuse me. First yawn. I'm not even in the rainbow. I'm only used to color snow or to fill in empty space between other things, and it leaves me feeling, well, empty. We need to talk. Your empty friend, White Crayon. Hi, Duncan. I hate being used to draw the outline of things that are colored in by other colors, all of which think they're brighter than me. It's not fair when you use me to draw a nice beach ball and then fill in the colors of the ball with all the other crayons. How about a black beach ball sometime? Is that too much to ask? Your friend, Black Crayon. Dear Duncan, as Green Crayon, I am writing for 2 reasons. One is to say that I like my work, loads of crocodiles, trees, dinosaurs, and frogs. I have no problems and wish to congratulate you on a very successful coloring things green career so far. The second reason I write is for my friends, Yellow Crayon and Orange Crayon, who are no longer speaking to each other. Both crayons feel they should be the color of the sun. Please sew this soon because they're driving the rest of us crazy. Your happy friend, Green Crayon. Dear Duncan, Yellow Crayon here. I need you to tell Orange Crayon that I am the color of the sun. I would tell him, but we are no longer speaking. And I can prove I'm the color of the sun too. Last Tuesday, you used me to color in the sun on your Happy Farm coloring book. In case you've forgotten, it's on page 7. You can't miss me. I'm shining down brilliantly on a field of yellow corn. Your pal and the true color of the sun, yellow crayon. Dear Duncan, I see yellow crayon already talked to you, the big whiner. Anyway, could you please tell Mr. Tattletale that he is not the color of the sun? I would, but we are no longer speaking. We both know that I am clearly the color of the sun because on Thursday, you used me to color the sun on both the Monkey Island and the Meet the Zookeeper pages in your Day at the Zoo coloring book. Orange, you glad I'm here? Your pal and the real color of the sun, orange crayon. Dear Duncan, it has been great being your favorite color this past year, and the year before, and the year before that. I've really enjoyed all of those oceans, lakes, rivers, raindrops, rain clouds, and clear skies. But the bad news is that I'm so short and stubby, I can't even see over the railing in the crayon box anymore. I need a break. Your very stubby friend, Blue Crayon. Duncan, okay, listen here, kid. You have not used me once in the past year. It's because you think I'm a girl's color, isn't it? Speaking of which, please tell your little sister I said thank you for using me to color in her Little Princess coloring book. I think she did a fabulous job of staying inside the lines. Now, back to us. Could you please use me sometime to color the occasional pink dinosaur or monster or cowboy? Goodness knows they could use a splash of color. Your unused friend, Pink Crayon. My ear's itching. Hey Duncan, it's me, Peach Crayon. Why did you peel off my paper wrapping? Now I'm naked and too embarrassed to leave the crayon box. I don't even have any underwear. How would you like it to go to school naked? I need some clothes. Help! Your naked friend, Peach Crayon. Well, poor Duncan just wanted to color. And of course, he wanted his crayons to be happy. And that gave him an idea. When Duncan showed his teacher his new picture, she gave him an A for coloring. Yeah, I will use you all. And an A+ for creativity. The end. Listen here, Duncan. You're working us to death. Some of them are happy, some of them are sad. You can't make anybody happy, okay? in the working relationship. All right. But you know who you can make happy? The people who will get the donations in our 24-hour Miss Hope's Reading Hour Read and Raise Read-A-Thon. That's who will be happy. The people at West Philadelphia Action for Early Learning and at the Ronald McDonald House Charities and Heifer International. They will be super happy to get your donations. Okay? So we will read. Oh, where did I? Oh, there we go. Listen, I told you I got books everywhere. I have books everywhere. Okay? So now I will read another book from your favorite Seuss. Which one do I want to read? You know, this one I never got to read because I was reading during the day, but I am not reading during the day. So let us read this book. It's near the end, actually. Oh, look at this. Dr. Seuss's Sleep Book. Originally published in 1962. The news just came in from the county of Keck. That's a very small bug by the name of Van Vleck is yawning so wide you can look down his neck. This may not seem very important, I know, but it is, so I'm bothering to tell you so. A yawn is quite catching, you see, like a cough. It just takes one yawn to start other yawns off. Now the news has come in that some friends of Van Vleck's are yawning so wide you can look down their necks. At this moment right now, under 7 more noses, great yawns are in blossom. They're blooming like roses. The yawn of that one little bug is still spreading. According to latest reports, it is heading across the wide fields through the sleepy night air, across the whole country toward every which where. And people are gradually starting to say, I feel rather drowsy. I've had quite a day. Creatures are starting to think about rest. 2 bifferbaum birds are now building their nest. They do it each night, and quite often I wonder how they do this big job without making a blunder. But that is their problem, not yours, not mine. The point is they're going to bed, and that's just fine. Sleep thoughts are spreading throughout the whole land. The time for night brushing of teeth is at hand. Up at Herkheimer Falls, where the great river rushes, crashes down crags in great gargling gushes. The Herkheimer sisters are using their brushes. Those falls are just grand for toothbrushing beneath, if you happen to be up that way with your teeth. The news just came in from the castle of Krupp that the lights are all out and the drawbridge is up. And the old drawbridge drawer just said with a yawn, my drawbridge is drawn and it's going to stay drawn till the milkman delivers the milk about dawn. I'm going to bed now, so nobody better come round with a special delivery letter. The number of sleepers is steadily growing. Bed is where more and more people are going. In Culpeper Springs, in the Stiltwalkers' Hall, The stilt walker's stilts are all stacked on the wall. The stilt walkers have called it a day. They're all tuckered out, and they're snoozing away. This is very big news. It is important to know. That's why I'm bothering to tell you so. Way out in the west in the town of Merced, the Hinklehorn Honking Club just went to bed. Every horn has been quietly hung on a hook for the night in its own private Hinklehorn nook. All this long, happy day they've been honking about, and the Hinklehorn honkers have honkered themselves out. And they'll wake up quite fresh in the morning, and then they'll start right in Hinklehorn honking again. Everywhere creatures are falling asleep. The collapsible Frink just collapsed in a heap. And by adding the Frink to the others before, I am able to give you a who's asleep score. Right now, 4,404 creatures are happily deep in slumber. I think you'll agree that's a whopping fine number. Counting up sleepers. Just how do we do it? It's really quite simple. There's nothing much to it. We find out how many, we learn the amount by an audio tally count. On a mountain halfway between Reno and Rome, we have a machine in a plexiglass dome, which listens and looks into everyone's home, and whenever it sees a new sleeper go flop, it jiggles and lets a new biggle ball drop. Our chap counts these balls as they plop in a cup, and that's how we know who is down and who is up. Pretty impressive machine. Do you talk in your sleep? It's a wonderful sport, and I have some news on this sport to report. The world champion sleep talkers Joe and Mo Red Zoff have just gone to sleep, and they're talking their heads off. For 55 years now, each chattering brother has babbled and gabbled all night to each other. They've talked about laws, and they've talked about gauze. They've talked about paws, and they've talked about flaws. They've talked quite a lot about old Santa Claus. And the reason I'm telling you this is because you should take up this sport. It's just fine for the jaws. Do you walk in your sleep? I just had a report of some interesting news of this popular sport. Near Finnegan Fen, there's a sleepwalking group, which not only walks, but it walks a la hoop. Every night they go miles. Why they walk to such length? They have to keep eating to keep up their strength. So every so often, one puts down his hoop, stops hooping, and does some quick snooping for soup. That's why they are known as the Hoop Soup Snoop Group. Sleepwalking, too, are the curious Crandalls, who sleepwalk on hills with assorted sized candles. The Crandalls walk nightly in slumbering peace, in spite of the slight burns from the hot, dripping grease. The Crandalls wear candles because they walk far, and if they wake up, want to see where they are. Well, I guess you would want to see where you are after you've been sleepwalking. I guess you'd want to see. Now the news has arrived from the Valley of Vale that a Chippendale mup has just bitten his tail, which he does every night before shutting his eyes. Such nipping sounds silly, but really, it's wise. He has no alarm clock, so this is the way. He makes sure he'll wake at the right time of day. His tail is so long, he won't feel any pain, till a nip makes the trip and gets up to his brain. In exactly 8 hours, the Chippendale mup will at last feel the bite and yell, "Ouch!" and wake up. And Mr. and Mrs. J. Carmichael Crocs, have just gone to bed near the town of Fort Knox. And they, by the way, have the finest of clocks. I'm not at all sure I quite understand just how the thing works with that one extra hand. But I do know this clock does one very slick trick. It doesn't tick-tock, it goes tock-tick. So, with ticks in its tocker and tocks in its ticker, it saves lots of time and the sleepers sleep quicker. What a fine night for sleeping. From all that I hear, it's the best night for sleeping in many a year. They're even asleep in Zweeback Motel, and people don't usually sleep there too well. The beds are like rocks, and everyone knows the sheets are too short. They won't cover your toes. So if people are actually sleeping in there, it's a great night for sleeping. It must be the air. It's a great night for snores. I just had to report of some boys who are tops in this musical sport. The snoriest snorers in all of our land are Snorter McPhail and his Snore-a-Snort band. This band can snore Dixie and Old Swanee River, so loud it would make 40 elephants shiver. The loudest of all the boys is McPhail. He snores with his head in a 3-gallon pail. So they snore in a cave 20 miles out of town. If they snore closer in, they would snore the town down. Do you know who's asleep out in Funa Laguna? 2 very nice Funa Laguna baboon. We've added them into our Who's Asleep count, which has grown to a really amazing amount. Exactly 8,808,000 creatures are sleeping now. Isn't that great? A Jed is in his bed, and the bed of a Jed is the softest of beds in the world, it is said. He makes it from pom-poms he grows on his head, and he's sleeping right now on the softest of fluff, completely exhausted from growing the stuff. Oh my goodness. So, it's a tiny little thing who grew all of those yellow pom-poms. News has come from the district of Dooft that two oft are asleep, and they're sleeping aloft. And how are they able to sleep off the ground? I'll tell you. I weighed one last week, and I found that an oft is so light he weighs -1 pound. A moose is asleep. He is dreaming of moose drinks. A goose is asleep. He is dreaming of goose drinks. That's well and good when a moose dreams of moose juice. And nothing goes wrong when a goose dreams of goose juice. But it isn't too good when a moose and a goose start dreaming they're drinking the other one's juice. Moose juice, not goose juice, is juice for a moose. And goose juice, not moose juice, is juice for a goose. So when goose gets a mouthful of juices of mooses, and moose gets a mouthful of juices of gooses, they always fall out of their beds screaming screams. So I'm warning you now, never drink in your dreams. Speaking of dreaming, I think you should note that the Bumbletub Club is now dreaming afloat. Every night they go dreaming down Bumbletub Creek, except for one night every third or fourth week, when they stop for repairs because their Bumbletubs leak. But tonight they're afloat, full of dreams, full of bliss, and that's why I'm bothering to tell you this. At the fork of a road, Vale of Avod, 5-foot weary salesmen have laid down their load. All day they've raced round in a heat at top speeds, unsuccessfully trying to sell Zizzurzuff seeds, which nobody wants because nobody needs. Tomorrow will come. They'll go back to their chores. They'll start on the road Zizzurzuffing once more. But tonight they've forgotten their feet are so sore. That's what the wonderful nighttime is for. Everywhere creatures have shut off their voices. They've all gone to bed in their beds of their choices. They're sleeping in bushes, they're sleeping in crannies, some on their stomachs and some on their fannies. They're peacefully sleeping in comfortable holes, some even on soft tufted barbershop poles. The number of sleepers is now past the millions. The number of sleepers is now in the billions. They're sleeping on steps and on strings and on floors, in mailboxes, ships, and keyholes of doors. Every worm on a fish hook is safe for the night. Every fish in the sea is too sleepy to bite. Every whale in the ocean has turned off its spout. Every light between here and Farfoodle is out. And now adding these things up, we are way beyond billions. Our Who's Asleep score is now up in the zillions. $99,000,000,9,000,000,002 creatures are sleeping. So, how about you? When you put out your light, then the number will be 99,000,000,9,000,003. Good night. The end. Oh, I like that one. Finally, I was able to read it because I didn't have the nighttime with me, so I couldn't read. Okay. All right. So, just a second. Give me just a second. Have to fix my cushion. All right. That is much better. That is much better. All right. So, let us read our other crayon book. The day the crayons came home. Now remember, they quit. I guess they were just like, we quit and we're out of here. But now the crayons are coming home. I didn't know crayons traveled. Did not know. So this book is also by Drew DeWalt and illustrated by Oliver Jeffers. The day the crayons came home. Let's see where they went. One day, Duncan and his crayons were happily coloring together when a strange stack of postcards arrived for him in the mail. Dear Duncan, not sure if you remember me. My name is Maroon Crayon. You only colored with me once to draw a scab, but whatever. Anyway, you lost me 2 years ago in the couch. Then your dad sat on me and broke me in half. I never would have survived had Paperclip not nursed me back to health. I'm finally better, so come get me. And can Paperclip come too? He's really holding me together. Sincerely, your marooned crayon, Maroon Crayon. So this was sent from Duncan's bedroom upstairs in the house. Gotta make sure you have your return address on there, right? Dear Duncan, no one likes peas. No one even likes the color pea green. So I'm changing my name and running away to see the world. Sincerely, Esteban the Magnificent, the crayon formerly known as pea green, from Duncan's bedroom upstairs in this house. So he has decided, listen, the other crayons are coming home. I am on my way out. I'm out of here, okay? Hi, Duncan. It's me, Neon Red Crayon. Remember that great vacation we had with your family? Remember how we laughed when we drew a picture of your dad's sunburn? Remember dropping me in the hotel pool when you left? Clearly, you do not, because I'm still here. How could you miss me? Anyway, after 8 months waiting for you to come get me, I guess I'm walking back. Your left behind friend, Neon Red Crayon. Oh no, that's where they're sending it to. They're sending it to his bedroom. Duncan, it's us, yellow and orange. We know we used to argue over which of us was the color of the sun, but guess what? Neither of us wants to be the color of the sun anymore. Not since we were left outside and the sun melted us together. You know the real color of the sun? Hot. That's what. We're sorry for arguing. You can make green the sun for all we care. Just bring us home. You're not so sunny friends, yellow and orange. Come on, man. It's hot out here. Hey, Duncan. I'm sure you don't recognize me after the horrors I've been through. I think I was tan crayon or maybe burnt sienna. I don't know. I can't tell anymore. Have you ever been eaten by a dog or puked up on the living room rug? Because I have. I have been eaten by a dog and puked up on the rug, Duncan. And it's not pretty. Not pretty at all. I'm more carpet fuzz than crayon now. Can you please bring me back? Your indigestible friend, tan or possibly burnt sienna crayon. I don't even know which one I am anymore. Dearest Duncan, could you please open the front door? I still need to see the world. Sincerely, Esteban the Magnificent. Remember, that's formerly known as P. Green. Hey Duncan, remember last Halloween we told your little brother there was a ghost under the basement stairs? Then we drew that scary stuff on the wall. Sure was funny when he ran screaming, right? But it wasn't so funny when you forgot to take me out of the basement. Please come get me. I'm kind of terribly horrified. Your scared friend, glow in the dark. Crayon. That's what you get for scaring his brother. Not so funny now, huh? Dear Duncan, looks like I'm almost home. Been through China, Canada, and France, I think. Just crossing New Jersey by camel now. New Jersey has giant pyramids, right? See you soon. Neon Red Crayon. P.S. Next stop, the North Pole. I think. Yeah, I don't think you know where you are, Neon Red Crayon. New Jersey does not have pyramids. Duncan, does page 8 of Pirate Island ring a bell? Kind of a big payday for Captain Greenbeard there, don't you think? And no bronze or silver in that pile, huh? I told you it'd make me blunt if you colored each coin individually. But would you listen? No. I also told you those stupid crayon sharpeners never work. Did you listen to that? Also, no. Now I can't color anything at all. Your pointless friend, Gold Crayon. Dear Duncan, I've seen the world. It's rainy. I'm coming back. Esteban the Magnificent. Dang, it didn't take that long to see the world, huh? Hi Duncan. You probably wondering why my head is stuck to your sock. A question I ask myself every day. Well, it's because last week you left me in your pocket and I ended up in the dryer. I landed on your sock and now he's stuck to my head. Can you please come and get me? Also, why does everything you wear still smell even after it is washed? Your stinky sock stucky on head buddy. Turquoise Crayon. P.S. Sock says hi. Dear Duncan, dear Mr. Duncan, I know I'm not your crayon. I know I belong to your baby brother, but I can't take him anymore. In the last week alone, he's bitten the top of my head, put me in the cat's nose, drawn on the wall, and tried to color garbage with me. The worst part is he is a terrible artist. I can't tell what his drawings are. Donkeys, monkeys, donkey monkeys. Picasso said every child is an artist, but I don't know. I don't think he met your brother. Please rescue me. Your desperate friend, Big Chunky Toddler Crayon. Duncan, greetings from the Amazon rainforest. Making great time. I think I'm almost home. Neon Red Crayon. The Amazon rainforest? Unfortunately, crayons don't have a very good sense of direction. Hello, Duncan. It's me, Brown Crayon. You know exactly why I ran away, buddy. Everyone thinks I get all the great coloring jobs, candy bars, puppies, ponies. Lucky me, right? Bet they don't know what else you use me to color, do they? I didn't think so. The rest of that drawing was great, but did it really need that final brown scribble? I'll come back, but please let's stick to the candy bars, okay? Your very embarrassed friend, Brown Crayon. Duncan was sad to learn of all the crayons he'd lost, forgotten, broken, or neglected over the years. So he ran around gathering them up. But Duncan's crayons were all so damaged and differently shaped than they used to be that they no longer fit in the crayon box. So Duncan had an idea. He built a place where each crayon would always feel at home. The crayon fort. Oh my goodness, that's impressive. We all got someplace to be. And then in Cleveland, I got to hike the Great Wall of China. Poor neon red crayon. No sense of direction at all. The end. Oh my goodness. Guess what I got to do? You absolutely didn't, friend. You absolutely did not. Okay? Well, let's see. I think I want to read one of the folk tales that we have. Okay? So, let's see. No, I'm not going to read that one yet. Oh, let's read about some stars. Let's read about some stars, shall we? So, thank you so much to all of you who are still hanging in there with Miss Hope and Miss Hope's Reading Hour for the 24-hour Read and Raise Read-A-Thon. Thank you so much for all of you who are still hanging in there with me. It's 10 o'clock, friends. We are in segment number 4. Soon we will be going into segment number 5, but we will take a little break because, as I told you, you can only stay on to the streaming service for a certain amount of time. But thank you all so much for staying on, hanging out with me. Thank you so much. It is so awesome to see all of you still on here, and still hanging out with me. Thank you so much. Oh, wait a minute. Oopsie. Let me do this. Give me a second. Let me see. All right. Are we on? Uh-oh. Let me check something. Oh, there we go. Oh, hello, Miss Gina. Hello, Carrie. How are you? so glad that you are on with us this evening. Oh, cousin Shelly said she is so the orange crayon. All right, so I want to read about. Oh, do I want to read that book right now? I don't know. Oh, let me see. No, I think I want to read one of my funny books right now. So, oh, wait a minute. We have to read this book. We must read it. This book, I was given this book by Miss Kate, who came on and did a reading. So she recorded her reading of Frog and Toad the Garden. She actually came to my house and brought me some books early on in the Miss Hope's reading hour. And she is one of the most loyal viewers of Miss Hope's reading hour. And she gave me this hilarious book. Okay. I had never heard of this book before, and it is hilarious. Okay. So, I find it hilarious. And it is a Caldecott Honor book. Okay. So we have read a book by this author before. This book is The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales. Okay. The Stinky Cheese Man by John Skeetska and Lane Smith. We read a John Skeetska book today. The first one we read, The True Story of the Three Little Pigs, is by John Skeetska. All right, so The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales. Wait until you hear the names of these stories. Okay. Let's start Stinky Cheese Man. I have found a kernel of wheat, said the little red hen. Now who will help me plant this wheat? Where is that lazy dog? Where is that lazy cat? Where is that lazy mouse? Wait a minute. Hold everything. You can't tell your story right here. This is the end paper. The book hasn't even started yet. Who are you? Will you help me plant the wheat? I'm Jack. I'm the narrator. And no, I can't help you plant the wheat. I'm a very busy guy trying to put a book together. Now, why don't you just disappear for a few pages? I'll call you when I need you. But who will help me tell my story? Who will help me draw a picture of the wheat? Who will help me spell the wheat? Listen, hen, forget the wheat. Here comes the title page. Title page for The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales. So, as you can see, this book is already going to be a trip. This is a Scholastic Books book. Oh, this book is dedicated to our close, personal, special friends. Your name here, which I guess it would be us. I know, the page is upside down. I meant to do that. Whoever looks at this dedication stuff anyhow, if you really want to read it, you can always stand on your head. So if you need someone to put your books together, I don't know if you're going to want Jack to do that. I don't know. Okay. I don't know if you're going to want Jack. Introduction. A long time ago, people used to tell magical stories of wonder and enchantment. Those stories were called fairy tales. Those stories are not in this book. The stories in this book are fairy tales, but not quite. The stories in this book are fairly stupid tales. I mean, what else would you call a story like Goldilocks and the Three Elephants? This girl walking around the woods smells peanut porridge cooking. She decides to break into the elephant's house, eat the porridge, sit in the chairs, sleep in the beds. But when she gets in the house, she can't climb up on baby elephant's chair because it's too big. She can't climb up on Mama Elephant's chair because it's much too big. She can't climb up on Papa Elephant's chair because it's much, much too big. So she goes home. The end. And if you don't think that's fairly stupid, you should read Little Red Running Shorts or maybe The Stinky Cheese Man. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Yes. In fact, you should definitely go read the stories now because the rest of this introduction just kind of goes on and doesn't really say anything. I stuck it on the end here so I would fill up the page and make it look like I really knew what I was talking about. So stop now. I mean it. Quit reading. Turn the page. If you read this last sentence, I won't tell you anything. Jack. Up the Hill Fairy Tale Forest, 1992. Surgeon General's warning. It has been determined that the tales are fairly stupid and probably dangerous to your health. See, you got a right to be concerned. Okay. So the first story is called Chicken Lickin'. Once upon a time, Chicken Lickin' was standing around when a piece of something fell on her head. She wasn't the brightest thing on two legs, so she started running around in circles, clucking, "The sky is falling, the sky is falling, we must tell the president." Chicken Lickin' ran to her friend Ducky Lucky and clucked, Ducky Lucky, the sky is falling, we must tell the president." "Let's go," quacked Ducky Lucky. Chicken Lickin' and Ducky Lucky ran to their friend Goosey Lucy and yelled, Goosey Lucy, the sky is falling, we must tell the president." "Let's go," honked Goosey Lucy. Chicken Lickin', Ducky Lucky, and Goosey Lucy ran to their friend Cocky Locky and yelled, Cocky Locky, the sky is falling, we must tell the president." "Let's go," crowed Cocky Locky. That's Chicken Lickin'. Wait a minute, cried Jack, the narrator. "I forgot the table of contents." "Hey, you're not in this story," said Chicken Lickin'. "I know," said Jack, the narrator, "but I came to warn you. The table of contents is, the sky is falling, clucked Chicken Lickin'. "We must tell the president." So Chicken Lickin', Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Cocky Locky ignored Jack, the narrator, and ran off to catch a plane to Washington. Just outside the airport, they met Foxy Loxy. "Foxy Loxy, the sky is falling, we must tell the president," yelled Chicken Lickin', Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Cocky Locky. "Well, come with me," said Foxy Loxy. "I know a shortcut to the airport." Foxy Loxy led Chicken... Wait a minute. Foxy Loxy led Chicken Lickin', Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Cocky Locky to his cave. He didn't get to eat them, though, because Chicken Lickin' was almost right. The sky wasn't falling. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Wait. I know a shortcut. That sounds kind of sneaky. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, the table of contents was, it fell and squashed everybody. Oh, so the sky wasn't falling. The table of contents was, and it fell and it squashed everybody. And here is the table of contents. Okay. I told you this book is going to be a trip, okay? The Princess and the Bowling Ball. Once upon a time, there was a prince. And this prince's dad and mom, the king and queen, somehow got it into their royal heads that no princess would be good enough for their boy unless she could feel a pea through 100 mattresses. So it should come as no surprise that the prince had a very hard time finding a princess. Every time he met a nice girl, his mom and dad would pile 100 mattresses on top of a pea and then invite her to sleep over. When the princess came down for breakfast, the queen would ask, "How did you sleep, dear?" The princess would politely say, "Fine, thank you." And the king would show her the door. Now, this went on for 3 years, and of course, nobody ever felt the pea under 100 mattresses. Then one day, the prince met the girl of his dreams. He decided he'd better do something about it. That night, before the princess went to bed, the prince slipped his bowling ball under the 100 mattresses. When the princess came down for breakfast the next morning, the queen asked, "How did you sleep, dear?" "This might sound odd," said the princess, "but I think you need another mattress. I felt like I was sleeping on a lump as big as a bowling ball." The king and queen were satisfied. The prince and princess were married, and everyone lived happily, though maybe not completely honestly, ever after. The end. Look at this foolishness. Look at this. A bowling ball? First of all, how is she supposed to get all the way up there? Even with the pea, it's 100 mattresses. How were you supposed to get up there? Anywho, the really ugly duckling. Once upon a time, there was a mother duck and a father duck who had 7 baby ducklings. 6 of them were regular-looking ducklings. The 7th was a really ugly duckling. Everyone used to say, "What a nice-looking bunch of ducklings," all except that one. Boy, he was really ugly. The really ugly duckling heard these people, but he didn't care. He knew that one day he would probably grow up to be a swan and be bigger and look better than anything in the pond. Oh, look at that duck. Oh my God. Ooh. Well, as it turned out, he was just a really ugly duckling, and he grew up to be just a really ugly duck. The end. Oh boy. The other frog prince. Once upon a time, there was a frog. One day, he was sitting on his lily pad. As he was sitting on his lily pad, he saw a beautiful princess sitting by the pond. He hopped in the water, swam over to her, and poked his head out of the weeds. "Pardon me, oh beautiful princess," he said in his most sad and pathetic voice. "I wonder if you can help me." The princess was about to jump and run, but she felt sorry for the frog with the sad, pathetic voice. So she asked, "What can I do to help you, little frog?" "Well," said the frog, "I'm not really a frog, but a handsome prince who was turned into a frog by a wicked witch's spell, and the spell can only be broken by the kiss of a beautiful princess." The princess thought about this for a second, then lifted the frog from the pond and kissed him. "I was just kidding," said the frog. He jumped back in the pond, and the princess wiped the frog slime off her lips. The end. Oh, see, I don't know. We'd have to have some words in some fighting or something. "You made me kiss you." You're kidding. You're a frog. Blah. Little Red Riding Shorts. "Okay, I've got things running smoothly now," said Jack, the narrator. And this next story is even better than the last three. See, it's about a girl who runs very fast and always wears red running shorts. That's where her name comes from. Get it? So anyway, this girl is running to her granny's house when she meets a wolf. He tricks her into taking the long way while he takes the shortcut. Now, this is the good part because Red runs so fast that she beats the wolf to Granny's house. He knocks on the door. Red answers it. And guess what she says? "My, what slow feet you have." And that's it. The end. Is that great or what? So sit back, relax, and enjoy Little Red Running Shorts. And now, like I already said, Little Red Running Shorts. "You just told the whole story," said Little Red Riding Shorts. "We're not going to tell it again." "You can't say that," says Jack. "You have to start with once upon a time." "No way," says the wolf. "You blew it." "But you guys are next. Look at the title at the top of the page, Little Red Riding Shorts. That's you. Let's go, wolf." "We're out of here." "Wait, you can't do this. Your story is supposed to be 3 pages long. What do I do when we turn the page?" "Sir, you told the whole story. What do you want them to do?" "I told you, if you want to write a book, don't you rely on Jack. Don't you rely on him." "I planted the wheat. I watered the wheat. I harvested the wheat. Now do I get to tell my story?" said the little red hen. "Say, what's going on here? What is this Why is this page blank? Is that my page? Where is that lazy dog? Where is that lazy cat? Where is that lazy mouse? How do they expect me to tell the whole story by myself? Where is that lazy narrator? Where is that lazy illustrator? Where is that lazy author?" This story has already gotten way off the rails, friends. Jack's bean problem. Forget that hen. Now it's time for the best story in the whole book, my story, because once upon a time, I traded our last cow for 3 magic beans, and hey, giant, what are you doing down here? You're wrecking my whole story. "I don't like that story," says the giant. "You always trick me." "That's the best part," said Jack. "Fee, fi, fum, fory. I have made my own story." Great rhyme, giant. And I'm sure your story is just as good, but there's no room for it, so why don't you climb back up the beanstalk? I'll be up in a few minutes to steal your gold and your singing harp. I'll grind your bones to make my bread. I knew you'd understand. There's another little thing that's been bugging me. Could you please stop talking in uppercase letters? It really messes up the page. "I will read my story now," said the giant. And he did. He's like, no. We're going to tell it my way now. Oh, goodness. The giant story. The end of The Evil Stepmother. I said, "I'll huff and snuff and give you 3 wishes." The beasts changed into 7 dwarves happily ever after, for a spell had been cast by a wicked witch once upon a time. "That's your story?" said Jack. "You've got to be kidding. That's not a fairly stupid tale. That's an incredibly stupid tale. That's an unbelievably stupid tale. That's the most stupid tale I ever..." The giant grabbed Jack and dragged him to the next page. Oh boy. Oh, Jack's story. Once upon a time, there was a giant. The giant squeezed Jack and said, "Tell me a better story or I will grind your bones to make my bread. And when your story is finished, I will grind your bones. And when your story is finished, I will grind your bones to make my bread anyway. Ho, ho, ho." The giant laughed an ugly laugh. Jack thought, "He'll kill me if I do. He'll kill me if I don't. There's only one way to get out of this." Jack cleared his throat and began his story again. Once upon a time, there was a giant. The giant squeezed Jack and said, "Tell me a better story or I'll grind your bones to make my bread. And when your story is finished, I will grind your bones to make my bread anyway. Ho, ho, ho." The giant laughed an ugly laugh. Jack thought, he'll kill me if I do. He'll kill me if I don't. There's only one way to get out of this. Jack cleared his throat and began this story again. Once upon a time, there was a giant. The giant squeezed Jack and said, "Tell me a better story or I'll grind your bones to make my bread. And when your story is finished, I'll grind your bones to make my bread anyway. Ho, ho, ho." The giant laughed an ugly laugh. Jack thought, "He'll kill me if I do. He'll kill me if I don't." I don't think I can keep reading this story. Do you see this foolishness? Do you see that? Okay. Do you see this foolishness? I can't keep reading that. I can't keep doing it. Oh, it's like the song that never ends. Anywho, Rumpelstiltskin, or the girl who really blew it. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful girl named Cinderella who lived with her wicked stepmother and two ugly stepsisters. These step relatives were not only wicked and ugly, they also made Cinderella clean the house every day. One day, the local prince announced that he was holding a fabulous ball at his castle. Everyone was invited. The stepmother and stepsisters got all dressed up to go, but as usual, they made Cinderella clean the house, so she didn't have time to get ready. After the stepmother and stepsisters left for the ball, Cinderella sat down and began to cry. Just then, a little man appeared. "Please don't cry," he said. "I can help you spin straw into gold." "I don't think that will do me much good," said Cinderella. "I need a fancy dress, glass slippers, and a coach." "Would you like to try to guess my name?" said the clever little man. Cinderella looked at him. "No, not really." "Come on, do you think it's Chester?" "If you don't have a dress, it doesn't really matter." "Oh, just guess my name, any name." "I'm not supposed to talk to strangers," said Cinderella. Then she closed the door and left the little man standing outside screaming, "Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin." When the stepmother and stepsisters got home from the ball, Cinderella told them about the strange little man. They still made her clean the house. And meaner still, they changed her name to Cinder Rumpelstiltskin. The end. I mean, sir, I need a dress, not some gold. The tortoise and the hare. Once upon a time, there was a tortoise who was very slow but very dependable. He would always get where he set out to go. It just took him longer than most people. One day, Rabbit saw Tortoise walking slowly but surely down the road and said, "Tortoise, you are so slow, I could probably grow hair faster than you run." "Oh, yeah?" said Tortoise slowly. "Yeah," said Rabbit. So they decided to race. On the day of the big race, Tortoise and Rabbit lined up at the starting line. Owl said, "On your mark, get set, grow." Tortoise started to run. Rabbit started to grow his hair. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Let's see what happens to his hair. Tortoise ran. Rabbit grew 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 his hair. Tortoise is still running. Rabbit is still growing his hair. Oh my goodness. Where? Oh my goodness. So you see the hair all over the place, right? What happened to the hair? Where is the hair? Well, Cousin Shelly, you said you're concerned about the Stinky Cheese Man. You're about to find out about him. The Stinky Cheese Man. Once upon a time, there was a little old woman and a little old man who lived together in a little old house. They were lonely, so the little old lady decided to make a man out of stinky cheese. She gave him a piece of bacon for a mouth and 2 olives for eyes and put him in the oven to cook. He even looks stinky. When she opened the oven to see if he was done, the smell knocked her back. Phew, what is that terrible smell? She cried. The stinky cheese man hopped out of the oven and ran out of the door calling, "Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the Stinky Cheese Man." The little old lady and the little old man sniffed the air. "I'm not really very hungry," said the little old man. "I'm not really all that lonely," said the little old lady. So they didn't chase the Stinky Cheese Man. The Stinky Cheese Man ran and ran until he met a cow eating grass in a field. "Wow, what's that awful smell?" said the cow. "Oh, look at that scent coming from that Stinky Cheese Man." The Stinky Cheese Man said, "I've run away from the little old lady and the little old man, and I can run away from you too. I can. Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the Stinky Cheese Man." The cow gave another sniff and said, "I'll bet you could give someone 2 or 3 stomach aches. I think I'll just eat weeds." So the cow didn't chase the Stinky Cheese Man either. The Stinky Cheese Man ran and ran until he met some kids playing outside school. "Gross," said the little girl. "What's that nasty smell?" "I've run away from the little old lady and the little old man and a cow, and I can run away from you too. I can. Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the Stinky Cheese Man." A little boy looked up, sniffed the air, and said, "If we catch him, our teacher will probably make us eat him. Let's get out of here." So the kids didn't chase the Stinky Cheese Man either. I don't think anyone would be chasing the Stinky Cheese Man. Oh, look at the poor cow. Oh, I don't think anybody would be chasing him. By and by, the Stinky Cheese Man came to a river with no bridge. How will I ever cross the river? It's too big to jump, and if I try to swim across, I'll probably fall apart. And you said you know who, said the Stinky Cheese Man. Just then, the sly fox, who shows up in a lot of stories like these, poked his head out of the bushes. "Why, just hop on my back and I'll carry you across, Stinky Cheese Man." "How do I know you won't eat me?" "Trust me," said the fox. So the Stinky Cheese Man hopped on the fox's back. The fox swam to the middle of the river and said, "Oh man, what is that funky smell?" You were not paying attention, fox. The fox coughed, gagged, and sneezed, and the Stinky Cheese Man flew off his back into the river. where he fell apart. Thank goodness. The end. Oh, see, all you can see is his two little olive eyes and his bacon mouth. But he needed to fall apart because he was stanky. Shh. Be very quiet. I moved the end paper up so the giant would think the book is over. The big lug is finally asleep. Now I can sneak out of here. Just turn the page very quietly. And that will be the... I found the wheat. I planted the wheat. I grew the wheat. I harvested the wheat. I ground the wheat. I made the dough. I baked the bread, said the little red hen. And did anyone help me? Did anyone save space for my story? So now, said the little red hen, who thinks they're going to help me eat the bread? Bread, said the giant. Eat, said the giant. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, the end. Oh, you see all those feathers in that bread? Oh, man. See, little red hen, they told you, be quiet. What is this doing here? This is ugly. Who is this ISBN guy? Who will buy this book anyway? Over 50 pages of nonsense. I'm only in 3 of them. Blah, 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 blah. The end. Well, friends, yes, the stinky cheese man, stanky, okay? And other fairly stupid tales. I love the one with the giant, well, with Jack's story about the giant. Because he's like, if I just keep telling this story over and over and over and over again, he won't eat me, okay? So I have another book that I want to read for you all since we talked about the stinky cheese man. Yes, Shelley. Since we've talked about the stinky cheese man, there's another book about something or someone kind of stinky, okay? So before we go on our little break before block number 5, okay, I will read this book, but give me a second. I must do this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I had to mute myself because none of you would have wanted to hear that. I needed to scratch my ear because my allergies are bothering me a little bit, and I needed to do that. Woo! Oh goodness. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that. Hopefully. If you did, I apologize. I tried to mute myself. But OMG, my ear is itching. Okay? Just a second. Oh. Just a moment. All right, so there are still people sending in recorded videos. Can you believe it? So I do appreciate you all hanging in there with me. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. I'm glad you didn't hear it, but you saw it. I couldn't do it. My ear was just itching too bad. It was just driving me nuts. And I wouldn't have been able to read any other book because, like, when you're dealing with the ear stuff, it goes down to your throat. And so with all of that vibration of your throat, it makes it itch worse, then it irritates your throat and stuff. I gotta be reading, okay? So I had to do it. I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it. I tried to stick it out, but I had to do it. All right, so our next book of stinky proportions. So I bought this book in a shipment, and I was like, I know sometimes kids like crude things. So I was like, let me try to see what this book is about. And it is a little crude, but it has an awesome ending. So this next book, probably the last book before our break before block number 5, is called Walter the Farting Dog. Wait. Give it a chance, okay? Walter the Farting Dog. Give it a chance. Stop it, okay? So this book is by William Kutzwinkle and Glenn Murray, illustrated by Audrey Coleman. And it is a #1 New York Times bestseller, okay? Get your hands off of your face, Shelley, okay? So, for any young ones who might possibly be up because it's the weekend, okay? Trust me, you're gonna like it. Wait till I get to the end. You're gonna be like, oh, it was a good story. Okay, so Walter the Farting Dog. Wait a minute, who is the publisher? This is a Frog Books book. Betty and Billy brought Walter home from the dog pound. Nobody wanted him, said Billy. But we love him, said Betty. Well, he smells awful, said their mother. I think you'd better give him a bath. Mother walked in and said, he still smells awful. And that's when they got the first clue, the telltale bubbles in the water. He's probably just a little nervous, said Mother hopefully. His stomach must be upset. But Walter's stomach wasn't upset. Walter's stomach was fine. He felt perfectly normal. He just farted a lot. Oh, that picture is not good. He did it when he bathed. He did it when he played with Betty and Billy. He did it when he walked around the house. He did it in the dining room. He did it in the kitchen. And he did it, in his sleep. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh boy. That dog farts morning, noon, and night, said Father. He can't help it, Daddy, said Betty and Billy. They didn't mind Walter's farts. So, what if he farts? Billy said to Betty when they were alone in their room with Walter. Betty agreed. Walter agreed too. They sat there, looking innocently. Betty agreed. Walter agreed too. He sat there, looking innocently around, farting. "Take him to the vet," said Father. Woo! That looks lethal. Okay. "Farting," said the vet, or rectal flatulence, as we say in the medical profession, and prescribed a change in diet. So maybe that's what it is. He needs to eat some different stuff. Ooh, Doc, you got it right in the face. Goodness gracious. They gave Walter every kind of dog food. He farted. They tried him on cat food. They gave him hot dogs, hamburgers, and lettuce and tomato sandwiches. They gave him fried chicken. They gave him rabbit food. They made him a vegetarian. No matter what that dog eats, he turns it into farts, roared Father. Goodness gracious. Walter got the blame for everybody else's farts. If Uncle Irv let one slip, he just went and stood next to Walter. Then all he had to say was, "Walter," and everyone would look at poor Walter. Oh, lethalness. I don't think that's a word, but that picture warrants it, okay? "He has to go back to the pound," said Father. "No, Daddy, please," begged Betty and Billy. "Don't send Walter away. He goes tomorrow." They pleaded. Walter farted. It was all over. That night, Betty and Billy cried in their beds, and Walter looked at them unhappily. "Oh, Walter," said Betty, "you've got to stop farting. Because Father is going to send you back to the pound tomorrow," said Billy. Oof, the pictures are lethal. Oh, Walter, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. Walter knew how serious the situation was. He'd never see Betty and Billy again. He resolved to hold his farts forever. When Betty and Billy fell asleep, he walked down to the kitchen to see if there was anything around to eat. He managed to open the cupboard door with his nose and found the 25-pound bag of low-fart dog biscuits the vet had prescribed for him, which had made him fart more. Even though he knew they made him fart more, he couldn't resist. Oh, he ate the entire 25-pound bag. "Very tasty," Walter said to himself. Oh, Walter. Then he went and lay down on the sofa. A giant gas bubble began to build inside him. "This is going to be trouble," he said to himself nervously. He was afraid of what might happen if he let it go. He thought maybe the house would explode, so he kept it in. It wasn't easy. In fact, it was torture. His future depended on it. As he lay there with his tail wrapped tightly between his legs, he heard a noise at the window. Wait, Shelly, don't say you must go. Wait a minute. Wait. He watched it slowly open. A pair of burglars came through. They dropped silently into the kitchen. "Watch out for the dog," said one of the burglars. "He won't bite," the other said. "He's a wimp." Walter might have bitten them, except he was so filled with gas he couldn't move. They tied a rag around his snout so he couldn't bark. Okay, whispered the first burglar. Let's clear the place out. They took everything they could get their hands on. Walter wanted to stop them, but he was having unbearable gas pains. He rolled on his back and waved his paws in the air. He gnashed his teeth. We've got it all, said the second burglar. Let's go. That's when Walter let it fly. It was the worst fart of his life. It made a tremendous noise and shot him across the room. A hideous cloud filled the air. The burglars clutched their throats, unable to breathe. With tears in their eyes, they raced for the window. They tried to grab their bag with all the valuables in it, but their arms were too weak. Let's get out of here. They jumped out of the window and ran up the block, choking and gasping for air. Still blinded by Walter's attack, they stepped into the headlights of an approaching police car. Hold it right there, said the policeman. Oh, look at the cloud. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When father and mother came down in the morning, they found the open window and they saw the bag with their valuables in it, and Walter was sitting beside it. He still had the rag tied around his snout. You'd have to say he looked heroic. He saved the silverware, cried mother. He saved the VCR, cried father. A VCR, it's something, so young ones, if you're up, VCR is, they had these big cassette tapes that movies were on. There was no Blu-ray, okay? Big cassette tapes that you put inside the VCR. Good dog, Walter. You're our dog. Even if you do fart all the time. And so the family learned to live with Walter, the hero dog. And that's the end of our tale. Oh. Oh, the end. Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. The end. So I know for at least one of you that was pretty traumatic. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh, you had to give him a chance. He saved their valuables, Walter the farting dog. You gotta give him a chance. Okay? So, let me see if I have one more funny book that I can read really fast before we go to our break. No, I do not. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this one. Let's see. Oh, you know what? No, I do not have another book that I can read before we go on the break. But I'm so glad that some of you are still hanging out with us, with me, with the rest of the Miss Hoops Reading Hour fam that's on here. So, Thank you so much, those of you who have already donated to our causes. Thank you so much for your donations to Action West Philadelphia, Action for Early Learning, the Ronald McDonald House Charities, and Heifer International. Thank you so much for your very generous donations. But friends, do you see? Okay, not my superhero. Okay, but do you see the link right here? Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to put it into the chat this time. I got to remember to do that before we come back on for the next segment. But you see it. I know you see it. You see the link to donate. Okay. These are very worthy causes that help children and families, not only here in Philadelphia, but around this country and around the world. Please do donate. Remember, I told you guys, I'm going to keep the fundraiser open for 2 weeks after this broadcast. Okay, so do make sure you go on and you donate. All right, so what else? So we are going to go on our break a little early, and we will be back at the midnight hour, and we have some really great books for you guys and some recordings that people are sending in. People are still sending in recordings. This is awesome. This is wonderful. And we haven't gone through all of the recordings from our Martha Washington lovelies. Okay. So I will see you right back here at the midnight hour. Okay. So until then, my friends, see you later in a little bit. Bye for now.